Hey folks, in the last video we talked about what a function is. We said that if you put money in a pop machine and if you get two pops, that's not a good thing. I mean, it's a good thing, but it's not actually functioning. Okay? The same goes for thinking about math. When you're looking at a graph, no matter what you put in, and when we talk about putting in, we're talking about x values, so any values along here. If we put in an x value like a 1, we should get a unique y value, and in this case it would be 8. Okay? If we did a line going straight up and across, if you put in the 1, you get an 8 as the output. Okay? So that's cool. If you put in a -1, you get a 2 for the output, and the output being the y values. Okay? Well, there's a really quick way to do this. It's called the vertical line test. Okay, there's the word vertical line test. So if you take your pencil on your paper and you see a graph that you're given, and they say use the vertical line test, or they say is it a function, and they don't say use the vertical line test, you can still do it. Just bring your pencil from left to right or right to left, either way. Here's left to right or right to left, either one. The pencil should only touch one part of the graph at any given time. And it's true. It's a vertical pencil here, and it never touches more than one spot. Okay? Let's see if this is true on the next page. We've got our pencil all set up here. And let's go with the first graph. Maybe we'll zoom in on the first graph. And let's go across. Look at that. The pencil is only touching that parabola in one spot at any given time. Okay? Hopefully you can see that. It's never touching two spots. If you're still a little confused, let's look at the next graph. Okay, here we go. So far so good. Oh, look at that. The pencil is cutting through two spots. Shall I point them out? There's a spot here and there's a spot here where the pencil is touching two spots. So if we were talking about x values, well, it would just be that if we put in a number 1, for example, we would get two different values of y. The pop machine is not functioning when it gives you two pops when you put in one dollar bill, for example, if it's that cheap. Nowadays, pop's pretty expensive. Depends where you go. Okay, let's look at the next graph. Let's look and see if this is a function. It's a pretty crazy looking graph. Here we go. Now, the pencil's kind of thick, so I'm kind of thinking it's going to be hard to tell. It's going to be kind of hard to tell. But I hope you can see that it's really only touching. The line is never vertical. So therefore, this pencil is only touching one spot at any given time. So this thing here, which it's kind of like a cubic function, which we kind of looked at earlier in this course. They have this sort of shape, this basic shape that we looked at in a past video. It passes the vertical line test. It is a function. Okay? So this one here is a function. This one is not a function. Oh, I don't have to keep writing this each time. This one is a function. What about the next one? So far so good. It's great. All of a sudden, bang, we've got 1, 2, 3 spots. So 1, 2, 3 spots that the pencil is touching at the same time. This is not a function. As soon as you see that, that's a problem. Okay? How about the next one? Let's look at the next graph. Can you tell without? Well, you probably can. Here we go. So far, it is a function. And it continues to be even here. This is a function. The pencil only touches one spot at any given point in time. So the vertical line test, or the VLT, like I said before, it's not a video lottery terminal. It's a VLT, as in vertical line test. It's the quickest way to tell if a graph is a function. Okay? Hopefully that helps. Enjoy.